How the hell did I get myself into this? I wouldn't classify this as insane, but it's on the cusp. All right, well, it's 7:10 on Sunday. I just stepped foot onto the Ocean Lakes Trail. Tanya and Lisa dropped me off. They were nice enough to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drive me out here, and they'll pick me up in 4 or 5 days, depending on how the trail goes. I've allotted 5, but realistically I'll probably do it in 4. Huh. I mean, I just stepped on the trail. You can still hear the road noise. Not that there's a whole lot of people out on a Sunday morning. Actually, you can still see the parking lot through the trees. Got to do at least 8 miles today. It's day 1, so I'll probably go to the next campsite, which is actually at 14.4, I think. So if I could do 7 miles before lunch, and then 7 miles after lunch, be all good. I did step up onto the Lake Okeechobee Dike just to see the water, put on my shoes. Oh. Didn't get a picture though, probably should have. The next big body of water will be the Atlantic Ocean. It's pretty neat. Alicia and Tanya are all worried about alligators and snakes and shit. I'm not overly concerned. The irony is when I came out of the parking lot, which is right through those trees, I came down to this road and started to walk, but they have a sign up that says, no trespassing, if you trespass, you're committing a felon, blah, blah, blah. And then the trail dumps you right back out on this road. All right, we're gonna put a couple miles this morning, see the sights, get our feet wet a couple times probably. We'll see what the day holds in store. Bye. I know it seems weird to infatuate about dirt, but I can't get over how dark this soil is. I just made the first turn. If you can see that dumpster. See a dumpster right there. I just made the turn. So now I'm in the shadows. And I can see a little better instead of having the sun on my face. And it's just really, really weird. Anyway, so I made that first turn. Now I'm gonna go down here a little ways, make a left-hand turn, go up a little ways, make a left-hand turn, go up a little ways, and then make a right. And basically I'm going around whatever this property is off to my left. The road, when I made the first turn, keeps going straight through. It would actually shave, 1.5 miles off this, but I mean, you don't go hiking in order to get from point A to point B and as quickly as possible, right? But anyway, they obviously don't want hikers going through there, so we're going around it. So the first 3 miles of this is actually a road walk. So we'll get back in the woods soon enough. All right, so right at 8:25, and right through that clearing, there's a guardrail, and starting my walk back into the woods. It looks like. I just check the map. We start zigzagging here and there, so now we should be right on 4 miles, which also means there should be a campsite right here. It's now the Dubois management area or something like that. I don't know if I call this a campsite, but obviously it's meant for something. So we're gonna take the peck off for a minute. Take the peck off for a minute and have something to drink. Pull out some granola bars and see where else we want to go. Bye. Well, it's about 8:45. Can you hear the plane? He's been buzzing for the last, I don't know, hour. Well, basically since I videoed him coming in. He's obviously doing some kind of crop spraying or whatever. But I just entered the Dupree management area, and as you come in, there's 3 benches and nice little place to take a break. We're gonna hike on another 4 miles or so to a camping area. We'll take another break, and we'll figure out from there. Because from there it's like another 6 to the next camp spot. But it's so early, and I'm sure we'll probably do the 14 today. I haven't really left the signs of civilization yet. And on this trail, I'm not entirely sure that I will. I know a lot of it's going to be, crossing roads and signs of life and everything. But it is neat being out here. The further I go, the nicer it gets. Talk soon. Anyway, so the first mile of Dupree been very well marked. The trail's been very good, very easy to follow. I was a little concerned about the lack of trail markings, but at one point I actually saw 3 trees, all marked within eyesight, and it's just very well marked so far. And the trail has been easy to follow as well. All right, so it's 10:15, and I just checked where I am on the goat hooks because I'm heading west, and it had been for a while. So just checked my position, and the trail does kind of loop back west and then turns around and goes back east. So we're gonna make this turn up here in a little bit. Be a left-hand turn, gradual curve rather. Not that it really matters, I guess. But anyway, I'm a little surprised that I've only done 7.3 miles today in 3 hours. A little better than 2.3 miles an hour. On flat ground, I would have thought more than that. Not a big deal. Literally have all day. Not to mention the fact that the first campsite's coming up in another mile, and then it's only 6 miles to my camp, to the 14-mile point. So we're gonna go find this campsite, sit for an hour, rest up, get some water. We'll push on for tonight's campsite. Trail so far has been really, just really good. Have not hit any water. I've hit some couple of very short stretches where the trail had been wet recently, but generally it's been like this, bone dry. Actually, I have not seen any standing water. Just a couple very short, muddy sections. And when I say short, I mean like, 10 steps. I still haven't seen anybody. And I'm still okay with that. There's nothing around. So next check-in will probably be at the campsite in about 20 minutes or so. Bye. Oh, all right. Well, it's 10:46, and I just got to the Loop 4 campsite. And for real quick, several picnic benches, fire ring. There's a pitcher pump over there. I'm gonna try out here in a minute. Got some flat ground for camping. I'm not staying here tonight. Another fire ring. Yeah. Looks like there might be some more areas back there. Yeah. But anyway, 10:45. We're gonna stick around here for at least for an hour. Get something to eat, rest up, take off the shoes, that kind of thing. We'll check in a little bit. Just sitting here, relaxing. This weather is perfect. Got something to eat, and I realized one of the great things about backpacking is you can eat just about anything you want. Today my lunch consists of a couple granola bars, some goldfish crackers, a Ho-Ho's chocolate cupcake thing, and water. But what a lunch, right? Oh, this really is a nice place. I went and filled my water bladder. Water's actually pretty clean coming out of the pitcher pump, which is right there. It's just a nice place. Looking at the map, I've got another campsite in about 6.6 miles or so. Power line campsite, and then after that it's I think Bowman or something. Well, that's like another 4 or 5, but that would make it like an 18-mile day, and I mean, I could probably do it, but why? So we'll settle for the 15 for the day, 14.4, 14.5, whatever it is, and we'll just take it easy day one, and then we'll go from there. Check in later. Oh, must be like 12:15, 12:30. I just saw my first backpacker. Single guy. He's loaded up for an overnighter at least. But I suspect he's probably headed out for the day. He never broke stride, so we didn't say much. I pulled off to the side and let him pass. But, he didn't stop. So far, so good. Well, it's a little before 2, and I'm about a mile and a half from the camp. So, in almost 2 hours, I've gone like a mile and a half. No, that's not right. 4 miles. That sounds a little better. I don't feel like I'm making great time. I feel like it's a really slow, slow pace, but numbers say otherwise. I'm doing okay. Where I thought I was making a mile and a half an hour or something like that, I'm doing okay. It's not 3.5 miles an hour, mind you, but still. I'm tired. My diet lately has been shit. My water intake has been shit, and I'm paying for it. But these are the times that I really like. I'm laying here, with a nice breeze, watching the trees blow in the wind, watch the clouds go by. It's just a neat way to spend 15-20 minutes. This is a pack off, shoes on kind of break. I've only got a mile and a half left, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here. I'm tired. I've done, roughly 13 miles today. And I'm ready to stop for the day. Really has been a nice day, a nice weather day. Nice breeze, not too hot. Couldn't ask for anything better, really. Anyway, when I get to camp, I'll check in. Gotta set up camp, of course, get some water, and probably eat an early dinner. Get to bed early. Check in later. Bye. So I've been laying here for a while, and these grasshopper things haven't been bothering me, but they've been all on my pack, and they're all in the grass. They're all over. No hitchhikers. You see them on my poles? All right, I can get up and get going. Next stop, camp. Bye. So I've only been on trail for a few minutes after my last stop, and something doesn't seem right. Let's see here. There's the trail that I came from. And this is all usually very wet, of course, by the looks of it. Ah, there we go. I went straight, and I should have gone slightly to the right. Oh. Which is nice, because that trail over there did not look good. It smelled even worse. You just smell the wet rot in it. So I'm sure this is going to smell similar. Yep. This is the muddiest I've seen so far. But it's still dry. About another mile to camp. And by the way, that's about as lost as I've been. And I just didn't pick my head up. Just followed the trail right across the sand road, and that was the wrong way. All right, bye. Well, it's right at 3 o'clock, and I just made it to camp. It's really not much of a campsite, as much as a dike. So, fire ring, couple benches, and this is the dike that I'm on for. Sorry, there's a canal right there, and then the dike just kind of. Now they tell you to be careful of alligators. Get water from here. Definitely see why. Something just gave a little splash. Oh. So there's a canal right at the campsite, which is nice. That might not be so nice. I don't see any alligators immediately. Although that was probably a snake. We'll go ahead and keep an eye out for them later on. What's gonna be fun is their eyes light up in the dark really easy. That'll be kind of neat to watch. Got some hammock poles here, 3 sets. Oh, I'm tired. not much in the way of flat ground for camping. Man, that might be a good spot right there. Or, you know, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna get these shoes off. Sit down for a bit. Ooh. Call it a day. Check in later. All right, so it's 3:30 and I've set up camp. It's not great, but it's right back there. Right. Can't. It's backwards. Right there, I think is where I set up camp. Yeah, it's just in the trees. And then as I'm standing here, what I did was I brought my foodstuffs up just to kind of organize and whatnot. And as I'm walking up here, I hear a vehicle. Like, what the fuck? And just on the other side of the canal, maybe another 10 feet over or so, 15 feet, there's a damn dirt road. And this white Ford pickup just went driving down, you know, cruising, idling almost. Young guy had his head stuck out the window. I don't know if he saw me or not. He was watching the canal, looking for something, probably hunting for gators, I'd imagine. But well, shit, I just walked 14 miles to get here, and you're driving to the exact same spot. Anyway, oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna sit for a bit, get organized, make some dinner. And then listen to my book, I guess. Anyway, so it's the end of day one, and I completely lost track of the fact that this is my last shakedown hike before the AT. I've started a Gmail or an email to myself about some things that, some lessons learned essentially. I wish I'd brought a bear bag, for instance. Not necessarily because I'm going to hang my food, I never do, but having the carabiner and the line is often a benefit. The line could be used for a couple different things. For instance, I need a line on my my dirty water bag so that I can hang it and then gravity filter into a bottle. I didn't bring a line, so it's nothing. I just have to hang on to it, and then it defeats the purpose of having a gravity feed system. So, and then having the carabiner, and actually I have one carabiner on me that I use to keep my, it's a small one, it doesn't really work for anything bigger, but I use it to keep my hand sanitizer on my pack. But if I had a slightly bigger one, I could use it to hang the water bag if I wanted to. Right now I have my camp shoes. I have one of my pack tighteners, and whatever you want to call it, looped through the shoes to hold them on so I can hold to the outside of the pack, but I'd rather have them on a carabiner. There's some other lessons learned, but generally speaking, the gear is working well. I don't have any real complaints. The food koozie is too big, so I might cut that down a little bit. But the pot, the stove, the fuel, shoes, clothes, pack, tent, sleeping system, which I'll try to, tonight, my new mat, this will be my first night on it. But everything seems to be dialed in and comfortable. I'm happy with the weight versus the comfort. Gotta go lighter, absolutely, but then I start missing stuff. So, talking about missing stuff. Fixed blade knife. I had it tucked into a pocket, and somewhere today it fell, and I didn't hear it when it did. So that's something to replace. But quite honestly, I don't need that big of a knife out here. I tend to think I want it because of safety and self-defense, but quite honestly, I don't know. It's one of those things that you hope you never need it, but when you do, you're glad you have it. Mosquitoes coming out. So I don't know, but I don't have a good place to carry it on the outside of the pack. unless I actually put it on my shoulder strap, and I don't want to display it like that. So, and if you don't have it readily available, then what good is it, right? So I think I'm just gonna go to a standard little pocket knife, something lightweight, 2 or 3 inch, nothing big. Hat, glasses, yeah. I'm happy with my equipment. Is there room for improvement? Sure. Is the pack too heavy? Sure. But that's done, pack's too heavy, purposely. I bought a 5-pound pack, mosquitoes. I bought a heavier pack that's capable of carrying heavier loads, so that even no matter what I put in it, I'll still be more comfortable. If it's got 20 pounds in it, it'll be that much more comfortable. So, yeah. So as a shakedown hike, so far so good. Like I said, I am listing lessons learned, so that I can not forget things in the future. The bear line being one of them. I wish I'd brought that, but so be it. Yeah. All right. Like I said, this is the end of day 1, and when it gets dark, I'm going to take a walk up along the alley and see if I can see some any alligator eyes. I'll take you along for that one if I see anything. Otherwise, it'll be dark here pretty soon. I'm going to listen to my book until about 8 o'clock or so, and then I'm going to conk out, I'm sure. So, see you in the morning. Bye. Good morning. Welcome to day 2. It's a little before 7, like maybe 10 minutes to 7 or so. First light was like 6:15, 6:30-ish. So I got up and started getting around. Had breakfast, brushed my teeth, that good stuff. I'm still in a bit of, as far as my camp goes. I put on some sunscreen today, and it turns out that my bottle of sunscreen has a hole in the end of it. Not the end with the cap, the other end. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with that today. Yeah. Last night was, I slept pretty good, I think. I got up a couple times, of course. Noises didn't really wake me up, didn't bother me. I was a little cold, which struck me as odd because that's like a 30 or 40 degree bag, and it was only like 60 degrees last night. So that was a bit surprising. Not dangerously cold or anything, I mean, I was just chilly. What really struck me as odd is that there were just no animals. There were no owls, there were no crickets, no frogs, nothing. I went looking for alligators last night, like I told you I was going to. And when I was shining my light around, there was nothing. There were just no eyes peering back at me. I expected to find raccoons and possums and whatever else. Nothing. So, and I got up again at like, I don't know, 4 or 5. Same thing. So, anyway, I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Maybe there's alligators in the canal that are just keeping all the mammal populations down. Maybe they just know enough to stay away from the canal. I don't know. So, all right, we're gonna finish getting packed up here. I've already had breakfast. I need to filter some water, and then we're gonna hit the trail. Bye. Good morning again. It's 7:30 and just leaving camp. We're gonna go down this along the canal a little bit, cross over, and then we're going to go back up on the other side for a little bit before heading back east. As mentioned earlier, we got 4 miles to the first camp, and then another 6 to Bowman Island, I think it is. That may be it for the day. See how the day goes. If I happen to get there by like noon, I'm not gonna stick around. I really don't want to I can't do 20 miles today. There's no place to stay. It's either 15 or like 24, or 10 or 24. So, anyway, nice early morning on the canal. I got a little pink in my arms and legs yesterday, so I am do a sunscreen on. Freaking sunscreen bottle has a hole in the bottom of it. So all right, check in later. Bye. So right after I passed that power line, I hit a forest road, whatever, it was flooded. And now I've got this. You know, once you commit and accept the fact that, hey, your feet are wet, not that big a deal, I guess. It does make your shoes awfully heavy though. And with this little bit, it's now over the top of my shoes. It's still chilly. I had read last night I was reading the waypoint description of the waypoints and everything, and it said you're going to get wet today, even in the driest of times. There are areas that stay wet. So, this is going to slow down my pace, of course. But at least I won't have any problems finding water today. If it stays like this, I can at least see the bottom, and I won't have any issues stepping in holes. And I did bring a couple pairs of socks, so I'll have some dry ones for tomorrow. But yeah, this is what the day has in store. Embrace the suck. Well, my feet have been dry for about 10-15 minutes now, and so it states that it's time to get wet again. Ugh. Oh. There's minnows in the water. When the water's shallow enough, when you pick up your feet, they almost skim across the top like skis. When it's deeper, drag your feet through the water. It definitely slows down your time. It's not hard walking, it's just slower. The bottom is pretty solid, so although I feel the suction of mud now and then, it's relatively rare. That was a spider web. Just above my ankles. Get to them though, it is fairly well marked. Feels pretty easy to follow. And if I do get off trail somehow, I do have far out gut hooks. Help me get back on trail. I admit it's a bit of a unique experience. And this is the dry season. All right, well, it looks like this is going to happen for a while, so I'll check in later on. Bye. Well, it's 10 o'clock, and I've been sitting around for half an hour, had something to eat, listened to my book and all that, and I need some water, so I'm going to go back in this canal and see if I can find an alligator. Actually, I'd be perfectly happy not seeing an alligator, but I do need some water, so short little walk, and it seemed like it was pretty easy to get, so give it a shot. So those storm drains actually come from across the little dirt road there, and actually the water level drops between the two, and I think it's designed that way. Now, if I were a gator, I think I would tend to want to be in the deeper parts. Look at all the fish in there. Can you see that? A whole school of good-sized fish. 8-10 inches? You probably can't see them in the glare. They're there. But what I'm thinking is that if I were a gator, I'd want to be in the deeper part, and I would want to, for two reasons. First off, it's deeper, more secure, and then also it would allow me to catch fish as they came through. See, these are gates. They control the water level. But I saw a, so I'm thinking the gator's going to be on the other side from where I'm going to be. But there is a nice little bank down here. Looked like it was pretty easy to get to. Give that a shot. And I can see the bottom, so that makes me feel a little more comfortable. All right. I do prefer flowing water. So this is me right here. Relatively clean, shallow, visible. I'm gonna drop my bottles here, see if you guys can see this. Can you guys see the fish right there in the sun? You see the glare? It's actually a reflection. They're just to the right of that. There they are. So, all right. So it's right at 10:35 or so, and I'm leaving Little Gopher Campground, and continuing on my way. Oh, there's 4 miles, and just took an hour-long break, but 4 miles by 10:30. Not exactly a great time, but you know, no hurry. The more I think about the prospects of where to stay tonight, the more I think I'm just going to do the 10 miles today. The next 6 miles are going to be wet. Getting into camp early, resting up, and then doing roughly 15 miles tomorrow. It'll be all right. Maybe we can make it miles somewhere else, or maybe we just hike late into Wednesday. You know, if you want to finish Wednesday. But again, finishing Thursday is fine too. Oh. So 6.5 miles from here, I think it is. That's gonna be Bowman Island, and it is a literal island. You have to wade through the water in order to get there. Hopefully, with as dry as things are, it won't be, you know, chest deep. But I'm expecting to get my balls wet this time. So for right now, the trail is nice and dry, just like when I came into camp. But I'm expecting that to change pretty quickly. Is it a beach? Is it a road? There's a marker over there. Whoa! Watch that first step. If I go this way, keep my feet dry a little bit longer. It is pretty though. All the air plants and stuff. And yes, Tanya, I can see the bottom. You might be able to see it. Oh, there's my foot, you can see it. It's not really that deep. Well, it's 1:30, and I just pulled off the Ocean Lakes Trail and followed this blue blaze over to Bowman Island campsite. And I knew there'd be some water to cross, but there's the blue blaze on that tree. I've got to cross that. And you can't see it, but there's a blue blaze right there in front of me, right in the middle of the screen. This also happens to be the water source for this campsite. And they did say that Bowman Island campsite is literally an island. Ooh. That was knee deep. Okay. That's why I usually take off my sunglasses. Let's see. Oh, this isn't so bad. I was expecting hip deep, but this isn't any worse than any of the trails. Ooh, that one's a little deeper. Okay. It's almost knee deep. So my plan is to rest up here for about an hour. That took me to about 2:30, and then hit the trail and do another 5 before 6:30. I think that's doable. All right, it's 2:45. I'm packed up and ready to go. I'm leaving Bowman Island, 5.7 miles. Don't know how smart of an idea this is. I may end up hiking in the dark. I don't know. Always police your area before you leave. Make sure you didn't forget anything. Make sure you didn't leave any trash. Oh, I don't know. I feel good. I'm rested for an hour. Ate quite a bit actually. So between, and I tried to fuel up on some carbohydrates. But I drank some, you know, I don't know, a liter of water, I guess, maybe a little more. we'll see how this goes. Typically, I'd be looking to finish up my hike by now, you know, in the next hour, hour and a half. And here I am, I'm taking off on what will likely be a 2 to 3 hour hike. Which could put me in there between 5:30 and 6-ish, somewhere like that. I don't know. So, oh, and I spent the last hour with no shoes on. Of course, I put on my wet socks so I can come back out and do this again. This mud is just ridiculous. When you do this kind of thing, you always got to find your blaze on the other side. Make sure you're walking in the right direction. Because a lot of this kind of walking is really going to slow me down too. It really is pretty out here though. It's a beautiful day. Right now I can hear Tanya screaming, "Get out of the fucking water. Don't stand there." Oh. All right. So the plan is to go to this parking area and then drop the pack, scout the area, and see what I have for camping options. Oh, my legs look pink, huh? I put sunscreen on this morning too, but I didn't do it yesterday, so I think that's where the bulk of the redness is coming from. All right, safely back across. The Ocean Lakes Trail is just I don't know, 20, 30 yards up and not far at all. And we'll start this little jaunt. Bye. I'm about fucking done with this trail. This fucking mud sucks. I mean, it's fucking everywhere. And at first it seemed like they were purposely trying to make us go around the wet spots. Now they're marching us right through the fucking mud. Doesn't help the fact that some tractors come through here. Jesus Christ. This is the kind of day where you gotta tell yourself, don't quit on a bad day, because this usually if you hit the high points in the mud, it helps you. This shit just sucks you right in. I don't think I've ever cursed a fucking trail this much. God damn it. not that much care about the shoes. I mean, they're already ruined. I've already decided they're going in the trash when I get done with this. But seriously, trail goes here, right? All that in there is dry. I mean, fucking bullshit. Sliding all over the goddamn place. When I laid here, it was in the shade. Rough day on the trail. It's about 4:30. I got like 2.5 miles left. And it's slow going. Man. I mean, I've done 3 miles in an hour and a half, hour 45. The mud, man, it's just picking your way through that shit is ridiculous. Not to mention the fact that I'm already 13, 14 miles into a day and I'm beat. I'm irritable. Should have stayed on Bowman Island, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna lay here for a few minutes, not long. And the sun's not gonna let me lay here long anyway. Get some water and get back at it. Well, it's 5:30. I'm getting ready to walk into a long water walk. The sun will be down in half an hour. It'll be dark in an hour. And this is all mud. I don't mind the sandy bottoms. The mud is just kind of nasty. It's pretty out here. Just slow. Apparently it's only like a 0.1 mile across though, so hopefully it won't take too long. These shoes just like walking in flippers. I know I'm bitching too much. All right, I'll get this done hopefully before it gets dark. Bye. Well, I made it through the walk and it wasn't nearly as bad as the comments made it sound like it's going to be. And it filled up with my capacity on water. Of course, it's 3 liters of dirty water. Because I didn't take time to filter it. Because it's 5:45. And I've still got, I don't know, a mile or so to this parking lot. beat. It'll be dark here in 45 minutes. I mean, the sun will be down at 15 or 20, and it'll be dark. Oh. All right. Tough day. Tough day. And I'm only doing like 15 point something miles. It's not like a 20-mile day. All right. Next stop, camp. Well, it's 6 o'clock. And you probably can't see it. Right over my left shoulder, there's an RV parked at the parking lot I'm gonna get ready to go to. So they're gonna let somebody camp there overnight or an RV, hopefully. I won't catch any flack for pitching a tent. Ooh. I'm beat. There it is. 11 hours on trail. Long day. Especially considering I only did 15 miles. Oh. All right, 6:36, and this zone is pretty good. It's not this light outside. You're seeing a pavilion there. I see a little better than a dark shadow, but that that sky is not that bright. Anyway, I made it to this camping parking area. Rather, it's not a camping area. It's got a couple pavilions, and pit toilets. Overnight parking is allowed here. When I got here, there was an RV, so I was really hoping they were staying, but they took off shortly after I got here. I'm pretty sure that overnight camping is not allowed. I'm just hoping I missed the last patrol, and I'll be out bright and early. So that's the road that comes in to this little area, and off further in that direction is the Everglades Youth Conservation Camp or something like that. I forget what it's called. And I guess they used to let hikers stay over there, but something happened along the way, and not anymore. Which is really too bad because it's right where we want to be. So here's a little grassy parking area that I'm in. Pavilion, pit toilet, and then asphalt. And that's home for tonight. So, I'll probably check in one more time before I go to sleep. Bye. All right. Well, it's 7:45. I'm packed up and ready to go. Just policing my area. Not trying to forget anything. We'll be back on trail. 7:45. That's late for me. Oh. Opting for the white long sleeve shirt today. My upper arm's getting a little toasted. Means I'll sleep in a dirty shirt tomorrow, or tonight, but it's only one night. It's not like the nights have been cold, so. Oh, I do have my green shirt that's only a little stinky. Oh, it is pretty land out here, though. This is the way I came in last night. We're going to take this down a couple hundred yards to the Ocean Lake Trail. We'll start this 14.4. Excuse me. Now I'm in no hurry today. Got 14.4 to do, and I don't want to get there until 5:30 or 6. Of course, I said that yesterday, and that was 15 miles, right? I started sweating that one towards the end. Might have something to do with my unhappiness with the trail yesterday. although that trail deserved a little unhappiness. All right. Well, we'll check in as things come up. There's several sand road walks, it looks like, today. Doesn't look to be anything of huge interest. There's gonna be some water, which means there will be some mud. I feel a little better today, and the second half of the trip today should be better than the first, judging by the map. So, as far as trail maintenance goes and trail conditions. Check in later on. Bye. I don't know if this is going to show up or not. There's a deer right in the middle of the screen. Right in the middle, just off the left side of the trail, just left of the center of the trail. Might be able to see her moving now. She's looking right at me. I'm sure this won't last. Give me a second. Let's see if I can get a little closer. I've got a bright white shirt on, so she definitely sees me. You just caught a little flash of her moving, huh? I've been on trail for maybe a mile. I entered into this wildlife area. And quite honestly, I walked by a dike for a quarter mile or so. Now I'm in this, I don't know, got a canal off to my left, big wooded area. And as I entered this area just a few minutes ago, there was a wildlife parking area. And really kind of a shame that a lot of this shit's been torn up and, I don't know, bulldozed. It doesn't really look like a wildlife area. I mean, I don't know if you can see that or not because of the sun, but not bulldozed, just cleared. Maybe they had a fire, I don't know. This right here reminds me of Dismal Swamp, except for the vegetation, types of vegetation. Long straight road, the drainage canal on one side. So anyway, had I known this was here, I probably would have come out here and camped. I'm sure I could have found some place, but I guess I was running out of time too. That would have been a factor. So, I'll check in later on. Well, 9:15. It's time for a break. This will be a longer one. Been on the trail for about an hour and a half. And I don't know how far I've gone. Probably about 3 miles, maybe 4. It's been pretty easy walking. Hang on, I'll check it out. So it's been 3 miles, 3.1 miles. It's been mostly, almost entirely, some kind of road, some kind of dirt road, forest road, sand road, something like that, along the way. Oh, my feet are a little sore this morning. I expect that's going to be all day. But we have all day to get there, so it's not a big hurry. You want to see where I'm at? Oh, like my socks. So like I said, that's the way I'm going. That's where I came from. And I think we're going to come up here and take a left-hand turn here pretty quick. Basically, we've got these forest roads, and we're just kind of weaving our way in and up in a northeast direction. Got another 11 miles on the day. Check in later. Well, it's 11:40, and I'm coming up on the tower, on this observation tower. And when I first saw it, I was like, "That's not a tower. That's a platform." And then as I got closer and closer, see, this thing's made out of concrete and steel. It's like 3 stories tall. It's actually a pretty substantial structure. Bear with me, we'll be there in just a minute. I'm ready for a break. I'm about 7 miles in, I think, for the day, and I'm already tired. I should not be this tired. Apparently there's going to be a water pump here, and I think I saw bathrooms on a guide. But anyway, oh. But yeah, I'm either grossly out of shape or this trail's deceptively hard. I think the former is probably more likely. Oh, all right. Well, I'll see restrooms right here, but there's probably a parking area for it. Kind of an odd place to put something like this. There's really no defined walkway to it. It's really weird. Oh, there it is. So there is a walkway road. That makes better sense. And there's the pump. Nice. All right. This is a shoes off, ass down break. They're gonna haul some water up to the top of that, and then sit for an hour or two. Recoup. Check in later. Actually, I'll check in when we get to the top of the tower. So this structure is about 2.5 stories tall, and it really does give you a pretty good view of the surrounding area. Here, look. This is what the platform looks like. And like I said, it's concrete columns, metal roof. The stairs look like they're made out of Ipe. And it really is a pretty nice view. Trying not to drop my phone here. Oh, water pump says non-potable water, of course, it always does. But it smells like a sulfur well. I'm gonna filter it, but it's not gonna do any good. I know it's not. Oh man. All right, I'll check in later on. Bye. Well, it's 1 o'clock, a few minutes after, and I've been sitting up here for, I don't know, an hour and a half or so. Long enough for everything to tighten up and kind of stretch it back out. But I need to get going. I got another 7 miles to do today, so shit. This would be a great place to stay. I kind of wish I was done for the day. I would stay up here all night. But time to get moving. Just a few minutes ago, I was on that platform, observation platform, overlooking a prairie or savanna, and now I'm in the middle of this palm tree jungle. I mean, it really was just, I don't know, a couple tenths of a mile. Anyway, gone through with this for a couple miles, maybe 2.5. Find a place to take a break, and then we'll go another 2.5 miles or so, take a longer break, and we'll finish up hopefully at that park tonight. Check in later. Well, this was a welcome surprise. There's a boardwalk here going along the edge. This waterway. There are ducks there about center screen. Oh. This trail's kicking my ass. It's not tough, it's all flat. It's just out of shape. Man. Well, I'm round, that's what the problem is. Anyway, here's our boardwalk. I managed to keep my feet mostly dry. Got a couple muddy sections that water seeped into my shoes a little bit. I'm gonna bypass this bench. Soggy Socks Campground is about 0.7-ish. We're gonna stop there for a little bit. That'll put us at about 2.5 miles from the observation tower that we saw earlier. Some of these boards are sagging under my weight. But of course, it dumps you right off into this. We're gonna see if we go around it. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the lack of wildlife is amazing. Lack of mammals in particular. I'm at mileage marker 40.6, and I just saw the first squirrel on the trail. 40 miles. I mean, I've seen one deer, one squirrel, no raccoons, no possums, or nothing. It's weird. I can only attribute it to the number of snakes that must be around, number of gators, I guess. But I don't know. Anyway, 40.6. All right, it's 3 o'clock. And I've got like 3.9 miles to get to this park area that we're trying to get to. And I'm getting ready to cross a canal. I don't think there's a significant bridge. I guess anything with a 14,000 pound weight limit classifies as significant. I'd really expect to find gators in this water, but nothing yet. All right, so we're gonna go about 2 miles, and then we're going to take a break. Then we'll go another 2 miles, and then we'll be done for the day. Hey kids, do you know what time it is? Kept my feet dry all day long. That's all right, at that last stop, I almost put on fresh shoes. And I thought, you know, not shoes, I almost put on fresh socks. I said, no, I'll tough out the next 4 miles in these, and I'm glad I did. kind of sloshing though. I really don't mind. You know, it's above the ankles, but the bottom is pretty solid. And it does slow up your pace, don't get me wrong. But when it shallows up just a little bit, your feet kind of skim across the top of it like a ski. This is a little too deep for that. And when it's deep, you can actually feel the coolness towards the bottom. Get to watch all the minnows scurry away from you. Anyway, that's hiking on the AT, or hiking on the Florida trail system, huh? (4:09), day 3, and I've got to look at my first alligator. There he is. Not much to look at, but hey, that's a small one. Oh, I'm gonna sit here for a little bit. I got another 2 miles to go, so I can't stay long. And then we're gonna start this long walk. It's another 2 miles to the campsite thing. Oh, check in a bit. Well, it's right around 5:20, 5:30, and made it to the bivvy, is what they call it here. The Orange Grove Trail, Orange Grove Trail bivvy. It's a thatched roof pavilion. And right after I got here, it started to sprinkle, and a rain shower just came through. Lasted all, well, it's still raining. It's not supposed to rain today, so hopefully that'll pass pretty quick. Judged by the clouds, I'd say it will. It says Florida, by the way. $15 miles seems to be my breaking point. I don't know how I'm gonna do 17, 18 miles tomorrow to finish up. Actually, I don't know how far it is. Let's see what it is. Another tough day. I wasn't cursing like I was yesterday. The last couple miles were canal walks. So the road surface has been, packed limestone, whatever. And then 0.3 into here, it's the same thing. It's just tough on the feet. But I saw a deer today, and several snakes, including one rather large black, I would call a black racer. They move really fast. They're black, they're sleek. They're constrictors, they're not poisonous. This was probably about 5 to 6 feet long, one of them. Saw a couple others, smaller, of course. Saw a small alligator. My first squirrel. Oh, I saw pigs. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. I was coming along at roughly mileage marker 42, and came around a corner. I surprised 3 rather small pigs. I don't know what a wild pig looks like, but these things they looked young and small. They were maybe, I don't know, 15 inches long or so, and stood maybe 8 inches tall, 10 inches tall. It wasn't not long, not big. And what amazed me though is when they saw me, they scattered, right? I mean, they went, but they didn't squeal or make any vocal sounds. And when they ran through the woods, they didn't make any noise. Not stepping on palm fronds, not stepping on branches, not brushing through palmettos. They were just gone. And within 2-3 seconds, oh, not even, probably within a second and a half, 2 seconds, I lost sight of them. So it was quick. Anyway, not a bad trail day, just long. A lot of deep water today in the second half. I guess it'd actually be fair to say it was the third quarter. Was a lot of deep water. And this is the dry season. If it had been the wet season, I'm not sure how I would have done. I've got 3 young bucks here. Well, that one in the background's not exactly young, but this one looking at me. And then the one behind him, that's 6-pointer, 8. And there's one back there, he's another young one. Try to hold the camera steady here. Hi guys. I suppose nobody's hunting you around here, huh? Where are the girls at? Another good sized one back there. He's bigger than I thought he was. Both these guys are. Sorry about the camera work. Give you an idea. Oh. Hi. In my experience, bucks don't usually let you get this close. But I don't want to hurt you. Don't even want to scare you. Hi. I don't have any salt for you. It's really close. That's inside of 10 yards. Yeah, easily inside of 10 yards. But all right, it's 7:15. Welcome to day 3. Actually, it's day 4, isn't it? Well, we're going to go up here a little ways, get back on the boat to the lakes, and then we're going to hit a it's just a glare. And we're going to go up here and get back on trail another 20 or 30 yards. And we're going to hike through Riverbend, which is less than a mile, well, maybe about a mile. Get down onto West Indiantown Road, short road walk, and then we hit the Sunoco for breakfast. We should be there around 7:15-ish, 7:30. Hopefully there's a breakfast sandwich waiting for me. Maybe a couple of oranges. It'd be nice. We'll check in later. Bye. I've never seen a turkey actually walk towards somebody. It's about 15 feet away from me right now. No fear. There's one-time zoom. That guy was walking towards me, so I put my phone away. He walked by me with his headphones on, kind of oblivious to the world, and walked right by the 2 deer, which are right off the trail. I don't know if he hikes through here so often that he no longer finds deer to be, I don't know, an attraction. Or if he's just oblivious to the world around him, which is really more quite frankly more likely. Huh? Damn, I've only been out of bed for like half an hour. This is great. I didn't sleep well last night, but I feel good this morning. My body feels good. I'm in good spirits. All right, well, it's 8:45, and I stopped by the Sunoco 7-Eleven on Indian Road, and the place is busy. Indian Road is busy. Holy shit. But 7-Eleven has a restroom, and of course all your 7-Eleven stuffs. I was kind of hoping for a grill. I'm not sure where I got that impression, but there wasn't one. I mean, they had 7-Eleven taquitos and things like that. There's a Mexican place in there. I guess it opens up at like 10. That would have been nice, but I'm not sticking around for that. There's a fresh produce place. I just stopped in there. I bought a couple oranges, a couple bananas, some pear, nectar, and that was my first round. Second time I went in there, I got a bottle of water and a like chocolate chip muffin. That's pretty good. But I went in and I asked, "Do you have any bottles of water? Just plain water?" And she pointed me towards the case, and all they really had was this, that wasn't sparkling water of some kind, was this Tuscany water bottled in Italy, like $2.29 a liter. You know, which really isn't that bad, I guess, but whatever. All right. Like, I feel fancy. Drinking on mud holes for the last 3 days. So, anyway, we've got 4 or 5 miles, I think 6 miles to the first campsite, and then another 3.5, 4 miles after that to the one where we're staying tonight. Oh, so you can see the trail, and from what I read, it's pretty dry today, except for a canal crossing. Well, the picture looks like a canal, but I guess it's usually pretty shallow, ankle to knee deep. And one of the comments said, you know, do yourself a favor and change out of your shoes for this crossing because it's dry on both sides. So there's my marker. Okay. There's a couple of minor points of interest along the way today. At least they're points on the map. I don't know if they're actually points of interest or not. But we'll check in later on. Oh, well, 9:40. And a lot of nothing out here. Unless, of course, you count the highway behind me. I think there's actually 2 of them there. So I'm guessing this is 95 and the Turnpike or something like that. Actually, I crossed under a pretty major highway. That could have been 2 highways together. That might be where we stopped the other day, or where we were coming down, and I told Tanya that might be one of my outs. But no need. Nor was it a good place. Really no place to stop or anything. So, oh. All right. Well, it's 10:35, and I'm 11 miles from the beach. I just talked to Tanya, see what their plans were for the day, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and push it as if she had any doubt I was going to do this. I'll go ahead and push it to Hope Sound tonight. And then they'll come to get me, so they won't be there till about 7:15, 7:30. That gives me 8 hours to hike 11 miles. And really, the last bit of that should all be sidewalk and road walk. Last 3 or 4 miles. So, shouldn't be, bad night hiking. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this in spurts of about 3 miles each, I guess. And then we'll take breaks in between. Should be dry feet all the way. There is one creek crossing where they tell you to go ahead and swap out your shoes. Yeah. Here we go. All right. Well, it's 1:25. I've been at Kitchen Creek campsite for hour and 10. Ate my other banana and my orange, so I dropped some weight there. Down to some water. Only going to carry 1 liter out of here. The next campsite has a pitcher pump, and it's only 3.5 miles away, so I should be able to have plenty to get me there. We'll stop there for a little bit, and that'll give us like another 5.5 miles to the beach. What should I get myself into? Why am I pushing this? But well, it's 3:10, and I'm at Scrub J campsite, which is where I planned on spending the night last night. Which is where I planned on spending the night when I made plans yesterday. And then I canceled those plans and told Tanya to pick me up at between 7 and 7:30 at the beach. So we're gonna push through. It's another 5 miles. My feet are hurting. I took a look at my ultras, and granted, these things have some miles on them, but when I press here and counterpoint in the middle, there's like no cushion there. You know what? So the heels of my feet are just taking pounding. My feet hurt. So I think I'm going to try hiking out my Merrills. 5 miles. We'll see. I told myself I was going to throw these away if there was a trash can here, but I'll hang on to them just in case. I'm out of shape, and I know that, but this trail is deceptively hard. A lot of exposed areas where the sun's just kind of beating down on you. And it's not particularly hot. It's 82, 83 degrees, I think was what the high was for today. And there's a nice breeze, but it's just that constant on your back, in the trail. Where the trail isn't wet, it's muddy. Where it's not muddy, it's torn up by hogs. Where it's not torn up by hogs, it's been plowed. I shit you not. And when it's actually in good condition, it's packed down and my heels hurt. It just sucks. Oh man, I'm bitching more on this trail than I think I ever have. It's awful. It's awesome. Keep telling yourself that. I do like pushing myself though. I like the sense of accomplishment when it's done. And I am looking forward to jumping in the ocean in about 4 hours. All right, so it's about 4:10. I'm just leaving Scrub J campsite, and had a nice 45-minute-ish sit down. Drank some water, had a little snack, switched out my shoes, so I'm now wearing my Merles. I did not throw away my Ultras, they're in the pack. And I don't know. I don't know if because I packed my pack a little bit differently or what, but it feels lighter. But anyway, got 4 miles to do, 5 miles to do. Hopefully the next 3 hours. It's gonna be dark here in 2 hours, but there's no way I'm gonna get done that fast. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just coming up on Scrub J, the actual campsite, I guess. Where's your sign? There it is. The ring around. That's where I just came from, and the trash can and outhouse down there. This is the trail I'm going down. And Scrub J campsites are actually that way, I guess. So be it. But I saw 2 more people today. I was sitting there having my break. These 2 guys walked by with water bottles. They said we're not very far. Anyway, we'll see how these Merles do. I've got 2 of my socks on to help prevent any blisters. They do feel better on the heels, but my foot's a little sloppy in them, so not sure how big of a effect that's going to have. I think I mentioned earlier that sometimes the trail is actually plowed. This is what it looks like. It's like they actually come through with some kind of plowing machine and till or whatever and turn it all up. Don't understand. I'm sure there's a reason behind it, but damned if I know what it is. I know it makes getting your footing tough. But, all right, 5 miles. Yeah, 5 miles and we'll be done. Check in later. So it's a little before 5. I'm still about 3.5 miles from the beach, but this is by far the biggest hill I have encountered. It's I mean, from AT standards, this is ridiculous, but this is 2 or 3 times as high as anything I've climbed today or this week. Want to see what that hill looks like behind me? Can't see that, can you? And this is going to be the biggest climb I've gone up today, or this week. Oh, and it keeps going. This was a false summit. Huh. All right, I'll check in later on. Bye. So it's 6:05, and I'm finishing up the last half, 3/4 of a mile. And this is the Bridge Road Tunnel of Trees or something like that. Pretty neat. These shoes have made a huge difference. I've covered the last 5 miles with about a 5-minute break and doing pretty damn well. My feet hurt, but they don't ache. You know, maybe they ache, but they don't hurt. Whatever. But anyway, a few more minutes and I'll be done. It's pretty. Wow. 4 days, 61 miles. It's been a tough trip. This trail is not to be taken lightly. I was thinking about it earlier, and it's not the water, it's the mud. It's not that, it's both of them together, and it's not that, it's the friggin' sand dunes at the end of the trip. $6.10. I made it.